You've got a number of LBGT charities and campaigners furious with you over the decision to exempt trans children from the ban on conversion therapy. Why did you decide to do this?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe in miracles. Boris Johnson has become the first modern British Prime Minister to, at least to an extent, reject the woke narrative. It's a start. It's a start. Slow start for Boris Johnson, but he's seen the light, as far as I can see. It's still early days. We have to make sure there's just not one-off comment or one-off move. But when Sky News decided to scrutinize him and interview him about how the trans lobby going completely extreme against British culture and British government, and Boris Johnson stood up and proudly said that, nope, I am not woke.
But I suppose I'll just make a few points. I don't think that it's reasonable for kids to be deemed so-called Gillick competent to take decisions about their gender or irreversible treatments that they may have.
Yes, brilliant. Finally, someone said it. Someone from the establishment, the top of the establishment, said it about children and basically being too young to even have consent. Now, what about sports? What about women's rights when it comes to their own spaces, Boris Johnson?
I don't think that biological males should be competing in female sporting events, and you know, maybe that's a controversial thing to say, but it just seems to me to be sensible. And I also happen to think that women should have spaces which are, whether it's in hospitals or prisons or change rooms or wherever, which are dedicated to women.
Simple, straightforward, with common sense, and apparently it's controversial. But now he's going to get a lot of backlash. Are you going to see all the leftists and the weird wokey people coming out to completely attack this narrative and say, this is it. Boris Johnson proved us right, that he was always basically this really, really hard right prime minister. In reality, this is actually what the Boris that I voted for in 2019. We've been waiting for this, and it's it's a tiny bit of, again, you need full redemption, because a lot of the policies being made by this government over the last few years has been completely shambolic. This doesn't completely fix all that. You can't just completely ignore what's happened in the past, but we could actually see some sort of resistance that needs to be seen more, even in the mainstream media. On GB News, Nikki Wilson, CEO of a Make Birth Better, she was speaking on the channel with Alistair Stewart, and she said this.
In fact, we estimate that around 40% of women and birthing people in this country find...
Sorry, what was that?
40% of women and birthing people
So you have women, and then on top of that you have birthing people. What? She's the CEO of Make Birth Better. She's supposed to be pro women's rights and looking after their issues, but no. I mean, this is the world we're living in. We've seen, have you seen this, by the way? A picture of a group of men and boys, actually, some of them quite young. But yeah, apparently it's got people now. People, not women, people. That's my favorite meme that I used the other day on Titanic when Carl is trying to escape. Sorry, sir. Women and children first. Well, I self-identify, so let me go. This is the world we're living in. This is the clown world run by a circus of globalist liberals. And so a bit of praising and credit to Boris Johnson. Tiny bit. Not full redemption, Boris. There's still more to do. But we have some more good news from the government, which is kind of weird. I spent the last couple of years criticizing the government so much that a lot of their conservative friends are saying, "Oh, you're basically bashing the Tories and Boris Johnson." Like, well, I'm trying to just be logical, regardless of which side, which tribal side. I don't care. If you do something stupid, I will call it out. But today we have some good news. So I'm going to be posting more video updates throughout the day. So make sure to check them out, especially when it comes to some of the good things that this government is doing. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.